Hello, ShofarBand supporters, collaborators, listeners, friends, and family.
We are the ShofarBand executive team, and what that means is that we are the team of people that get to steward the incredible team of creatives that make up ShofarBand.
So each member of our family is committed to seeing one thing: the nations worship in spirit and in truth, from within our movement to the ends of the earth. Over the last 2 years, through small steps of obedience, we've seen the Lord add so much momentum to our worship movement.
Starting with our live worship sets in 2020, to our singles in 2021, to the sweet, sweet moments in God's presence at our songwriters retreats in 2022, it is clear the Lord has opened the doors of favor for us to equip worshipers who both worship and inspire the communities around them to worship in spirit and truth. For 2023, the Lord has given us some wild vision for where He desires to lead us as an extended worship family.
We are currently piloting an internship program with the hopes of growing this into a full-on, live-in 6-month intensive to equip, build, and grow worshipers. We launched the School of Worship in 2017, asking, in a culture of bright lights, celebrity bands, and big stages, do we know what true worship is? What does it look like? And what does it sound like?
These questions still burn within us, for ourselves and for our community. And we believe the Spirit Truth Internship is a step further in answering these questions as a community of worshipers.
As a team, we see that the Lord has gifted us with both great faith to worship and skill to facilitate people coming into His presence. As a greater Shofar movement, we have such a strong legacy of missional community life. And in 2023, the Lord has opened the doors, enabling us to serve the greater body and see the prophetic promise that God has given us as a Shofar family come together.
We really feel it on our hearts to serve our church family and the body of Christ. So we are planning a few mission trips in the first half of this year to connect and minister not only to our local church body as Shofar, but some movements that have become our dear friends, like the communities at WowWam and Fire and Fragrance.
In the second half of the year, we'll be going on a ministry trip to America. The main aim of the trip would be to minister what the Lord has given us and to build stronger relationships with the churches and networks God has connected us with over all these years.
The heart behind the songwriting retreats is to gather worship leaders and songwriters to sharpen their swords so that they can be encouraged as they lead in their congregations. This vision will continue into this year, and we will be hosting one in Gauteng and in the Western Cape.
In 2022, we witnessed the various South African worship spaces in which we interact converge in some very fresh and exciting ways. The Lord has since laid it on our hearts to host a gathering of musicians and creators for practical training, inspiring teaching, but most of all, to partake of God's presence together. We hope that as the worship communities gather, we will find strength to arise and stand as a coordinated army of worshipers, boldly speaking forth the word of the Lord.
Our heart is to see this conference become a catalyst for the greater collaboration in worship in South Africa, and consequently, the greater Africa, as the Lord releases His purposes throughout our country and continent.
ShofarBand is called to write and record prophetic songs that are in season for our movement and beyond. At the Zeal Worship Conference, we'll be live recording 6 new songs written by songwriters across our church family. This is ShofarBand for 2023. Jesus loves us with God-sized dreams and visions. We are so aware and humbled by the fact that it will take a God-sized community to see any of this come to pass.
First, we invite you to add your faith to this vision. None of these things would be possible if not for the God who enables us and the community that partners together in His will. Pray for strength, pray for laborers, pray that we stay encouraged. Pray for heaven on earth at each one of these events and mission trips and opportunities to minister.
We are also asking you to partner with us financially. We're hoping to raise 200,000 Rand, which will primarily go to the recording of our album and our missions for the year. Production costs are real, and as we hope to never have to charge for our music, these projects don't fund themselves. In 2018, we saw a community throw their weight and support behind our last recording project, Behold, and allow us to release that album completely for free, and we're putting out our faith to do the same this year.
To partner with us financially, join the band of collaborators on our Patreon or email info@shofarband.com for banking details. We truly believe the Lord desires that His people would worship Him in spirit and in truth. And we believe as a worship community that the Lord has equipped, anointed, and called us to see this accomplished. Partner with us as we follow Jesus together.
Partner with us as we follow Jesus together.
No. Partner with us as we follow Jesus together.